Hello and welcome to Dingoes Ate My Podcast. I'm Paul.
I'm Dave.
And Justin.
And this week we're talking about the episode Shadow, but not the Hedgehog.
Well, good. I thought this episode might be a bit too edgy if we had Shadow the Hedgehog.
Oh, dear goodness. Honestly, Shadow the Hedgehog would be an improvement from the emotional things happening in this episode. Jeez.
Damn.
Anyway.
Alrighty, so this episode originally aired November 21st, 2000, attracting 4.8 million viewers, which is substantially down from the previous episode.
Indeed.
Mildly understandable, but still...
Is that a cheesy CG snake?
Nah, I don't think
It had an amazing CG cheesy snake.
Also, additional reptile snake person thingy.
Anyway, in this episode, Joyce gets a CAT scan, but it's not really a CAT scan, it's actually an MRI. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Because that's not a CAT scan machine.
More so, yeah. Though you have to question, why is it called a CAT scan? A very good question brought up by Tom.
I will explain that later.
Duly noted.
At the hospital, while Buffy and Dawn wait impatiently for news, Dawn asks Buffy why it's called a CAT scan. And do they get tested on cats, or does the machine look like a cat? How would the machine look like a cat, Dawn?
It's a very good question, but you also need to remember it's Dawn.
Maybe they put cat ears on it.
Oh, well, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Back at the Magic Box, Giles and Tara admire the new phone book advertisement for the magic shop.
Yay!
While Anya's disappointed that she is not personally mentioned.
It's okay, Anya. It's not all about you.
Xander complains about Riley destroying the vampire crypt alone in the previous episode. And then the entire gang continues their search for information regarding the Beast. Giles agrees that it was reckless on Riley's part, while Anya expresses relief that the task was already completed, because she really hadn't wanted to start her day off with a slaughter, which she notes goes to show just how much she's grown.
Nah, I guess.
I mean, she was a vengeance demon.
Yeah, that's so very true. And I'm pretty sure with the entire Scooby group, the last thing they need is another Buffy.
In Glory's luxurious headquarters, the demon named Dreg offers a spell to Glory, groveling before her as she tries on shoes, debating on whether or not her ankles look bony. 10 on 10. Dreg promises that his spell will allow Glory to find the key. She just needs some supplies, and she finds the advertisement for the magic box in the phone book.
Because of course.
Hey, the advertising's working. It's bringing in new customers.
Like Glory.
Yes.
Oh,
Glorificus.
She could be anywhere.
Yes, including
Oh,
right
man.
behind you.
Oh, man.
Okay, Riley finds the front door to Buffy's house open, a blanket on the steps, and Spike in Buffy's room sniffing her clothes.
Because that's not creepy at all.
I love how Spike is just starting to descend into being pervert.
Yeah.
It's so good. Spike declares that Buffy wouldn't care that he was in her room, and the clothes sniffing was just normal predator activity. Well, you're kinda right.
Well, yeah. Now he moved on from loitering outside to sniffing her clothes.
And the crazy thing is, first introduction to Spike, oh man, new villain, all the particular stuff. But now we show his true colors, that he is a dork. In every single bloody sense of the word.
Riley responds, yeah, what's a little sweater sniffing between sworn enemies? And drags him out and down the stairs, but not before Spike grabs a pair of Buffy's underwear. He's turning into a pervert, and it's great, and this will only lead to good things, right?
Yeah. I love how Riley held him under the sunlight for a while.
Spike taunts Buffy with his knowledge about Buffy's mother going to the hospital, which Buffy had failed to mention to Riley, as well as the time he and Buffy spent together the previous evening, eating, drinking, and talking. Spike insinuates Riley cannot keep Buffy satisfied, and Riley tells him to stay away from Buffy, and throws him into the sunlight with his blanket. So that he doesn't, burn to death.
But you gotta be courteous to him. Gotta make sure he doesn't just die out too soon.
Well, no, he's still important.
Yeah.
Riley shows up at the hospital to comfort Buffy, who seems relieved to see him. She directs him to sit with Dawn in the waiting room while she goes to speak to her mother. Joyce confesses to Buffy that the doctors have found a shadow in the CAT scan, and they need to do an initial operation to evaluate her condition. Specifically, they're going to biopsy and discover whether surgery is necessary. At the Magic Box, the Scoobies continue to search for information that might indicate the origins, purpose, or weaknesses of Glory. Tara suggests that the beast is something that is too old for the books, and Giles, which Giles believes may explain the presence of the Dagon sphere, which is to ward against that which cannot be named. They discuss the possibility that Glory may predate language itself, and when she shows up there and buys several items for a spell, the gang is, of course, oblivious to her true identity, and she leaves the store without incident. Back at the hospital, the doctor tells Buffy that her mother has a brain tumor, and presents her with her mother's options. Ben, an intern, gets the doctor away from Buffy, giving her a break from the doctor's constant questions. Because he asks her if her mom uses a cell phone. Because we're in 2000.
Oh, man.
Riley takes Dawn to the park, where he tries to comfort her about her mother. Dawn tries to make Riley feel good by positively comparing him to Buffy's former boyfriend, Angel, but unintentionally makes him feel worse. She relates that she thinks Riley is good for Buffy because Buffy always gets... where am I? Because Buffy was always in tears over her tumultuous relationship with Angel, but she never cries over Riley. She never gets that worked up over him. The impact of...
Don't know all this, but oh well.
Well, because she has false memories that were implanted by the monks.
Rightio.
The impact of this revelation is evident in his face, yet this is yet another way that he can see that Buffy has kept him at an emotional distance and that she feels no intensity in their relationship. Back at the magic shop, Buffy talks to the gang about the possibility of helping her mother through the use of magics. However, while Willow expresses willingness to help if she can, keep that in mind, it will be important later. Tara and Giles both insist that magic and medical care are not meant to mix. Keep that in mind, it will be important later.
Those sorts of things could be a tricky business.
I'm kind of keeping those in the back of my mind because I thought that seemed a bit significant.
It's not going to be significant this season, but it will be in season 6.
Because of course.
They encourage her to put faith in the doctors. Anya sorts through the receipts and realizes that Glory has been to the shop, and that Giles sold her her items to allow her to perform an ancient
transmogrification.
That one.
Sure, why not? That's not.
It is a word.
It is a word.
Buffy takes off in search of Glory, despite the concerns of Giles and her friends that Glory will merely overpower her again. Are you stupid?
Dude, it's Buffy, so it's not too surprising.
No, Anya says that to Giles. Are you stupid or something?
No, it's like, hey,
guys, hey!
Anya, we talked about this.
We talked about it. Employee-employer dialogue. That was mistake number 5. At the Sunnydale Zoo, Glory steals a cobra and performs a spell with Dreg. Buffy arrives to stop her, temporarily interrupting the spell, but instead gets badly beaten up again. The cobra is transformed into a giant cobra monster with arms. Why does it need arms?
Well, it was technically a human when he did all the particular ceremonies, but most likely he got transformed into a snake thing.
And Glory sends the demon on a mission to locate the key.
He has a talent for finding things.
Riley arrives at the magic shop in search of Buffy, but Xander confronts him about destroying the vampire crypt. The gang tells Riley that Buffy went after Glory, and he demands to know why they would let her do something so dangerous. Giles reminds Buffy that is not an issue with Buffy once she sets her mind to something.
Nah.
Xander tells Riley that Buffy is so upset over the situation with her mom that she needs something tangible to fight, and then asks Riley what his excuse is for his own reckless actions. Buffy calls Giles from the hospital and tells him to take care of Dawn when she stays with her mother. She stays with the mother as the doctor tells her more bad news about Joyce's condition. She has a brain tumor, and they don't know yet if it is operable or not. Riley returns to Willie's bar to drink away his worries, and once again encounters the vampire Sandy. He allows her to bite him in the alley, but stakes her. The Cobra Demon arrives at the magic shop and goes after Dawn. Dawn screams in fear, and the Cobra retreats, realizing that the Cobra knows Dawn is the key and is returning to inform Glory. Giles and Buffy go after the demon. Buffy catches up with it in a field near Glory's apartment and kills it. Then lets out her pent-up frustration from her time at the hospital by continuing to beat the lifeless Cobra. Glory watches from a window, frustrated that her snake monster has failed to return in a timely manner. Joyce tells Dawn about the truth about her health. Riley's there to comfort Buffy, wearing a turtleneck to hide the bite marks. Smart.
Oh, it's just like what Buffy did that one time.
Oh, man.
With Dracula.
But she refuses to accept comfort from him. She insists that she needs to stay strong for her family, refusing to cry. Joyce calls for Buffy, and she turns and walks away, oblivious to his attempt to caress her face. Riley is left standing alone in the hallway, becoming increasingly frustrated with Buffy's inability or unwillingness to develop an emotional closeness with him.
Yeah.
And to let herself be vulnerable around him. So that was Shadow. A really cheerful fucking episode.
Leading to some good things.
Yep. I'm sure nothing bad will happen in the next few episodes.
Some happy times.
Yep. It's all gonna be just super peachy.
Everything's gonna be okay.
Yeah, because our hero Buffy will be there to save the day. Once again. Right? I mean, oh, she kind of got beat up by Glory.
Yes. So now we know that Glory is something older than language.
Okay.
Yep. So she's really fucking old.
So she's a dinosaur.
Yes, she's secretly a Tyrannosaurus Rex in disguise.
And those are
It
scary.
would make sense for her attitude.
Yeah. Kind of. I'm just imagining a T-Rex just asking about...
Just make my ankle look bony.
Exactly.
That bloody demon, though. I don't like any other groveling sort of types of characters. It's just like, ugh.
I don't think Drake
Please
survived.
die.
He's so funny. Alrighty, so for music, we just have the original score from Thomas Wanker. Anyway, international titles. In French, Incantation. In Brazilian Portuguese, The Shadow. And in German, Shadow. Very good, Justin.
Hiccup.
So it was interesting with that battle with the snake person where it literally faked its death. Where it's like, oh god, I'm choking, I can't breathe. Wait, fake my death.
And then she continues to beat the snake.
Well, she stops for a second. It's like, haha, I tricked you. But then, yeah, she beat the ever-loving snot out of it. And continued to beat the ever-loving snot out of it even after it was dead.
Yep.
Buffy has a lot of issues.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, so let's talk about the CAT scan. That's really an MRI.
Yeah, really.
So that was an MRI machine.
Yes.
Just for anybody who doesn't know, that's what an MRI machine looks like. That's not a CAT scan. However, it is possible that Joyce either A, confused the two, or B, just had both tests, because both would be relevant to her condition.
Sure.
So for those of you who don't know what a CT scan is, or a CAT scan, basically what it is you can put an object in this machine, and it basically allows you to create like virtual slices of it, so you can see what's happening under the surface. So that's how you'd find like a brain tumor, things like that. Just a little medical knowledge for everyone.
All the medical knowledge.
Alrighty, so what did you all think of this episode?
It had the emotions.
Yes.
It had a cheesy snake.
Honestly, it wasn't too bad. Do you remember the last snake demon we had?
The one in the sewers or whatever? Or do you mean the mayor?
We've had worse. Like, this is an improvement in quality. It's not good.
Honestly, it's kind of top of the list as it kind of sits now, because with the mayor, at least it was kind of decent with the size and the power that it supposedly had, but still, it wasn't exactly the greatest CGI. But then we had the very first one. Do you remember that gentleman in the suit with just the random snake tail thing it's embedded with the wires?
No.
We've had worse. This is pretty good CGI considering the time period and that it's on a TV budget.
Definitely, as well as the work that they had with the mask, as well as the tail slithering in certain positions.
I wouldn't mind if it was just a rubber suit anyway.
I do kind of prefer the rubber suits because it almost works better for the show.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Alrighty. Did either of you have anything else you want to talk about for this episode?
Oh my dear goodness, the Dawn things! The Dawn things!
So, what's Riley trying to get at by getting a vampire to bite him?
Okay. I can't really tell you too much about this because we're pushing into pretty heavy spoiler territory. Let's just say that Riley will not be a part of the show much longer.
Yeah, I'm having the thought that that's most likely where it's going, because from my thought process, it's kind of a case of Buffy is not paying any sort of particular attention to me with the relationship or opening up to me, because as it sits now, I am simply a human. I am not in comparison to either, to lesser degree, Spike, to possibly more so Angel.
Yeah, so...
Apparently Spike and Buffy are hitting it off now. A little bit.
Oh, who knows with that situation, but as it's I'm pretty sure Buffy doesn't see it that way, but now it's just the case of, oh dear God, it's super creepy with Spike.
Yeah, let me just say, don't get too used to having Riley around.
Yeah.
He's only got a few episodes left.
That's fine.
I'm having mild concerns about that, but just the fact with Dawn, no man, in the head.
So, next week we'll be talking about the episode Listening to Fear.
That also sounds like a fun title.
Yep. Doesn't it just?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, we're gonna have to deal with the spooky things.
Alrighty, so you remember that intern Ben?
Yes, the bad person who supposedly has some importance of some kind.
Well, he's gonna do something foolish.
Oh good.
In the typical sense or the Sunnydale sense?
Well, he is going to summon an extraterrestrial Queller demon in order to remove a large number of mentally ill people that Gloria's created.
Out of all the particular options, he decides to go that route.
Yes. However, a side effect of Joyce's illness puts her in the Queller sights.
Ah, nuts.
Yes, it's an extraterrestrial demon.
Okay.
They specifically usually live in meteorites.
Either way,
And
it's an alien.
And this particular thing is just from a meteor that landed on Earth or some kind?
No, he summons it.
It literally comes from space.
Well, you'll see.
Oh boy.
But yes, Ben will be important going forward.
Okay.
Yep. So, do either of you have any questions about where we might be headed?
I had already asked my question.
Yes.
No, I think it's just most likely the fact that I'm going to have to live with the fact of all the silly Dawn things. All the Dawn things!
Well, don't worry. After we're finished listening to Fear, we're heading into the woods.
And now I have that musical stuck in my head. Thank you very much.
I don't know what that means, but until next week, I'm Paul.
I'm Dave.
And I'm Justin.